On my third week of doing Doordash, the rain pelted against the windshield like a relentless drumbeat as I navigated through the labyrinthine streets of the suburban neighborhood. The GPS directed me to a remote house nestled amidst the dense woods, its isolation sending a shiver down my spine. Nevertheless, duty called, and I couldn't deny the hunger of awaiting customers. Arriving at the address, I peered through the rain-splattered windows. The house appeared deserted, its windows dark and the porch light ominously dim. Taking a deep breath, I gathered the food bag and braced myself against the downpour. Approaching the front door, a sense of foreboding washed over me. I rang the doorbell, the sound swallowed by the storm. No response. I hesitated, debating whether to leave the order on the doorstep, but something compelled me to wait. As if on cue, the door creaked open, revealing a dimly lit hallway shrouded in shadows. My heart raced, but I couldn't leave the food unattended. Steeling my nerves, I stepped inside, the door closing ominously behind me. The hallway stretched before me, its darkness seeming to swallow the feeble light from my phone. With each step, the floorboards creaked beneath my weight, echoing in the silence. I called out, my voice barely louder than a whisper, but there was no reply. As I reached the end of the hallway, I found myself in a dimly lit dining room. A single candle flickered on the table, illuminating an empty place setting. A note lay beside it, its elegant script beckoning me closer. A chill ran down my spine, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Ignoring the growing sense of unease, I approached the table, the floorboards groaning beneath my feet. Suddenly, a voice shattered the silence, sending me reeling with fear. "Welcome," it said, sending shivers down my spine. "Please, have a seat. Dinner is about to be served." I spun around, my heart pounding in my chest. Before me stood a shadowy figure, its features obscured by darkness. Panic surged through me as I realized I was not alone. Without thinking, I turned and bolted for the door, my footsteps echoing in the empty house. Behind me, I could hear the figure's voice growing louder, its words a haunting echo in the darkness. I reached the door just as it swung shut with a loud bang, sealing me inside. With a surge of adrenaline, I threw myself against it, praying it would give way. To my relief, the door burst open, flooding the hallway with rain and cold air. Without looking back, I sprinted into the night, the sound of my pounding footsteps drowned out by the storm. As I reached my car, I glanced back at the house, half expecting to see the figure standing in the doorway, but the porch was empty, the only sign of life the flickering candle in the window. With a shudder, I climbed into my car and peeled away from the curb, leaving the house and its secrets behind me. It was a delivery I would never forget, a brush with darkness that reminded me there are some places best left unexplored, and also my last night as a dasher.